Hey y'all, DCG back for another video. This is going to be a very quick video. I just want to touch on something that has bothered me my entire life. This is going to be almost a rant, but not quite. I want you guys to realize that the parameters that society has set up as far as boys and girls is not relevant. As you see what's happening on the news with Trump being president and what have you, and does he stand up for the LGBTQ? Does he not? Like what his plans are as far as that particular community. You see that Target has bathrooms that it's boys and girls, whatever the case may be. I feel like there is a huge double standard in that area. There always has been. A girl can go into the boys' bathroom, but when a boy does it and goes into the girls', they're automatically a pedophile or they're in there to rape someone. It's not like, oh, he probably is bringing his daughter to the bathroom. No, it's absolutely unacceptable and people can get arrested for that. But if it were a lady in the men's room, it's like, it's alright because it's a woman. There is a huge double standard as far as things that were geared towards women. Okay, gender and sex are two different things. If you thought they were the same, I'm here to tell you that they are not the same. One is basically what you were born as, and one is what you identify as. So they are two very different things. Like makeup, that has something to do with gender, not sex. Makeup is geared towards women. That doesn't mean that men don't wear them in the movies. That doesn't mean that they don't wear it during theater. It doesn't mean that it's off limits for men. Although you don't see a whole lot of male models because that's the way society has made it up. Like there cannot be any male makeup models or whatever the case may be. Guys can't wear makeup for whatever reason. Same thing with heels. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but men were the first people to wear high heels. And if you think I'm lying, Google it and do your research. And then you will know that not only did men really start these trends, that it has really evolved into something that it shouldn't be. There's a whole lot of hate when you see somebody that is not in the parameters of the gender norms. I think that that's absolutely foolish. I feel like we're individuals and we should not do something just because we're afraid that society is not going to agree with it. Okay, society, you're not supposed to do things to fit the norm. Like I said in my last video, I'm pretty sure I touched on this, that everyone is trying to be a clone of someone else. How about you pull your damn pants up and follow the jackass with his pants up rather than everyone following the person with his pants down? People don't, probably people do know where that originates from. It originates from jail. So the next time I see somebody with their pants down, you might as well, I guess take the bait, feel them up, see how they like it, because your pants are down. You might as well walk the streets in your underwear because that's what we see. We don't see you. We don't see a professional person. We don't see someone going anywhere in life. We see someone that is just so stuck in the urban lifestyle, trying to look cool and trying to be accepted in society rather than doing the normal thing, which would mean putting pants on the waist, looking like someone who can get a job, and being looked at as someone with purpose and potential. Not saying that people that sag their pants don't have potential, but you look like a fool. And I have never understood some of these gender norms, like, oh, you're not a guy if you don't sag your pants, oh, you're not ghetto if you don't do this, or you're not black if you don't listen to this kind of music. I'm here to tell you that I am a black male and I do not listen to rap, hip-hop, R&B. I don't listen to none of that foolishness. I don't listen to none of the black artists. The only black artist that I can say that I listen to is probably Beyonce. And Beyonce, because she's not with all the foolishness. Now, her music has gone to shit, whether you agree with me or not. It has gone just totally haywire. It's not really good anymore. It's not good like it used to be. It's all provocative and nasty and sex related, and I think it's absolutely garbage now. But Beyonce by far is the only person that really is a positive outlook, like a positive model or a role model for black people in general. She puts it out there like, okay, I'm setting the bar high, and she did set the bar pretty high, and there hasn't been an artist yet that's able to break the bar that she set. It's like playing a game of Pac-Man and getting the highest record. Okay, nobody has beaten her record yet. I feel like people get ideas from what they see and what they hear in the music, and they think if they do a certain thing, they'll end up as rich as that person. Well, I'm telling you that most of the time it doesn't work that way, and they're not as rich as they appear to be. Most of them lease their cars. Most of them, that's all for the show. That's all for music videos. That's the car that they show up in at the MTV Awards or the BET Awards is not the car that they actually own. And what they show on Snapchat and stuff, it's all fake. I'm telling you, most of that is fake. People want to follow that, and you're following all the wrong people. Like, y'all are so much better than that, especially people of color. I feel if we weren't so used to being the underdogs in most situations, we wouldn't be trying to follow someone else. We wouldn't be trying to do what everyone else is doing. And I feel like, going back to the gender thing, I feel like the gender is just another thing in our world that needs to change. Okay, there's people who identify as transvestites, there's transgender, whatever the case may be, let them be that way. I don't understand why it is your job to point out what they shouldn't be doing. Who the hell are you to tell someone what they can and cannot be wearing, or they shouldn't and should not be wearing? Okay, is the item geared towards girls, or is it just a piece of clothing? We have Kanye West wearing dresses. We have Jaden Smith wearing dresses. But they're not called gay for it because they're high and mighty and they're celebrities and they got money, and it's a fashion statement. So why is it a fashion statement for them, but someone without a platform, they're just gay? Why is that a thing? It really shouldn't be one, and it's really, really annoying. Some people probably know about He Flawless on YouTube. A lot of people watch him. A lot of people watch He Flawless. And he gets a lot of hate for being a boy in makeup, a black boy, a boy of color in makeup. And I don't understand why. What he's doing with his life is any of your business. Are you paying his bills? Are you making sure that he can survive financially out there in LA? What are you doing for him? What are you doing for yourself? A lot of people have keyboard power, and when you're behind a keyboard, you can say whatever you would like to say, but then in that person's face, half the time, 9 times out of 10, you wouldn't even say it to their face, because the internet and social media has given people such a power that they can say whatever they'd like and keyboard shame people, because they disagree with something. But I honestly feel like the people that are doing the hateful writing are the people that are envious of those people that are living authentically in the way that those people wish that they could, but they cannot. So they hide behind a keyboard and make rude and disrespectful comments. Time and time again. I see it all the time. I see it all the time with Caitlyn Jenner. I see it all the time with people that aren't as famous. And that's why I mentioned He Flawless. I feel Kenneth is a very strong person for dealing with what he deals with. Okay, he may not fit any gender role, but he doesn't need to, because he's just him, just like I'm just me. Nobody's gonna tell me what I should be doing or what I shouldn't be doing or what I shouldn't be buying in the store or what part of the store I should be in, whether that's the boys section or the girls. Nobody's gonna tell me that you're supposed to wear this cologne and not this kind because this kind is fruity and this kind is manly. Nobody's gonna tell me any of that, because nobody has the right to do that. Everyone is playing the role of God. Everybody is like, oh, this is judgment day for this person, and this person. You don't have that right, and I guarantee you it's going to come back and bite you in the behind, because you feel as if you can make these kinds of decisions and say these things, and you just cannot. It is not okay. It will never be okay, and we need to get out of this thing where we just judge people before getting to know them. It's not about what they're wearing. It's not about the way they walk, talk, act. It's about who they are as a person. I have best friends. I have regular friends that judge people day in and day out because of those very things that I just listed. Some of them even judge me for those things. I don't care. I am an individual, and I was created by God to be loved by God and others. Not everyone. Everyone is not going to agree. Everybody is not going to like your way of thinking. Everybody is not going to like your style. That is okay. You don't need to morph yourself and like you're a piece of Play-Doh and kind of form yourself into being something that you're not. Stop pretending to be someone who you're not. Everyone likes to put on a whole lot of fluff because they're not happy and secure enough in themselves to walk the street being their true authentic self and doing what they want to do, because they're afraid that mommy is going to be upset or daddy is not going to like it or disown you or whatever the case may be, or your friends are going to have a problem with it. Who cares? If they were really your friends, they would support you regardless of what your decisions are. And those of you who are in relationships and don't feel like they don't want to disappoint their significant other by coming out and saying, you know, this is what I like to do. I like to put makeup on. I like to dress up. I like to do things like that. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with wearing these female skinny jeans. I don't think there's anything wrong with wearing these heels. It's style. It's a preference. It's not a way of life, so to speak. It's just the way that you present yourself, which I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. A male celebrity can go on the red carpet and wear women's clothing, and he would be praised for it the next day. Not by everyone, but by thousands. Okay, so when you see a random kid, you know, wearing the same thing, you know, from the female side of the store or something that you know came out of Macy's in the female department, everybody is up in arms screaming about it, trying to kill the person. You know, we have had way too many killings and way too many shootings, especially of colored people that were unarmed and didn't do anything. And the only reason that they were shot is because they were doing them. They were worried about themselves. They were, you know, living freely and not really, you know, caring about anything. The only thing that they were focused on is themselves and what they were doing at that particular time, and they get shot and killed. I don't agree with this stuff at all. And I think that if we want to move on and have a peaceful life and, you know, raise our children in the way that we feel they should be raised and brought up in a world like this is not going to work. It needs to be a world of kindness, peace, and happiness. But if this is how we treat one another for them being themselves and living the way that they want to live, this is going to be a problem. I am telling you. It is bad enough that people want to bomb us because of who's in our chair. We have an orange man in our chair. Whether you like him or not, you need to respect the position. And that is another thing. That is just respect for the position. Not the person, but the position. Now, everyone has their freedom. Everyone has their freedom of speech. Everyone has their freedom of opinion. Everyone has their freedom to style themselves the way they want to. Everyone has their own, everyone is their own being. Okay, Trump is his own being. Okay, yeah, he won the election. You don't like him? Who cares? Nobody cares, because your opinion is not going to change anything. It is what it is. Move on. Get over it. You know, he's not going anywhere. And if you don't like it, then get the fuck out of this country. Move to Canada, you know. But all I can say at this particular time is we need to respect people's differences. That is the main point of all of this. You may not agree with everything your friend does, everything your family member does, your brother does, your sister does, but you need to respect them, period, dot. This is 2017. Let's make it happen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening to me rant about that. If you want me to touch on a subject, just leave it in the in the comments down below, and make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Ciao.